Good evening. I am Mark Seal with your Lime Sports World. Dominican Shane Shillingford has been recalled to the West Indies Test squad for the tour of Bangladesh next month. Shillingford, the West Indies off-spinner, was cleared by the International Cricket Council to resume bowling at international level after undergoing remedial work on an illegal action. The ICC notified the WICB of the clearance following a biomechanical bowling analysis conducted by a research team at the University of Western Australia back on May 25th. Shillingford had been reported for a suspect action in Sri Lanka in November last year. The umpire's report had cited concern over the straightening of Shillingford's arm when he bowled some of his deliveries. 10 months later, he's back at the top level and joins in the West Indies Test squad of Darren Sammy captain Adrian Barath, Carlton Ball Jr., Devendra Bishu, Craig Brathwaite, Darren Bravo, Shivnarine Chandapal, Fidel Edwards, Kirk Edwards, Kieran Powell, Dennis Ramdin, Ravi Rampal, Kemar Roach and Marlon Samuels. Meanwhile, the one-day squad has been officially announced after the names were leaked last week. It reads Sammy, Barath, Bishu, Carlos Brathwaite, Darren Bravo, Danza Hayat, Anthony Martin, Kieran Pollard, Powell, Dennis Ramdin, Rampal, Roach, Andrea Russell, Samuels, and Lendl Simmons. Now, the notable absentees. Ramnaresh Sarwan is recovering from an injury. Dwayne Bravo was considered but not selected for the tours, and the outstanding matter relating to Chris Gale's availability and selection remains unresolved, and the WICB management will submit a report to the Board of Directors, after which a conclusive statement will be made. The West Indies will play a T20, 3 ODIs and 2 tests on the one-month tour. Here in Barbados, Ken Roy Williams' 11 beat Carlos Brathwaite's 11 by 43 runs in the 4th and final BCA one-day trial match at the Pine Basin today. In a last attempt to impress the selectors, Williams' 11 won the toss and batted. They got up to 166 for 9 off 45 overs after the game was reduced because of a wet outfield. CBC's Shane Jones reports.
The first boundary took some time coming. In the 11th over, Martin Nurse dispatched this short ball from Joel Leacock behind square for 4. That took the score to 38 without loss. Then his partner Rashidi Boucher drove Suleiman Ben sweetly through extra cover for 4. Tell you what, that's a top shot. Boucher got a life though, stabbing at this one from Leacock, and keeper Mario Rampasad muffed it. Difficult diving chance. Boucher made the most of it, rubbing salt into the wound, driving Leacock on the up and through the offside for 4. He didn't last too much longer though. Nikolai Charles came on the attack, and well, Boucher judged LBW gone for 41, score 65 for 1. Martin Nurse was still there. Here he is sweeping Charles behind square for 4. But Charles would get his man. Good catch in the end by Rampasad. Nurse on his way for 31. Second wicket falling with the score on 79. Then Kenroy Williams came to the crease. Ryan Hines came on the attack and got him LBW for just 4. 88 for 3 now. Roston Chase was the next to go, looking to push the score. He skied this one off Carlos Brathwaite and was well held by Charles for 20. Then it was Kyle Hope's turn to go. Thin edge through to wicketkeeper Jabbar Niles off Brathwaite. He was on his way for 27. Shane Jones, CBC Sports.
Thanks, Shane. And chasing 167 to win off 45 overs. Brathwaite's 11 bowled out for 123 in 30.3 overs. Brathwaite himself got 26, while Jamel Warrican took 3 for 14, Javon Searles 2 for 17, and Ashley Nurse 2 for 25. An under-strength West Indies team will contest the first of 2 2020 internationals tomorrow against hosts England at the Oval. For various reasons, West Indies are missing first-choice players like Chris Gale, Kieran Pollard, the Bravo brothers of Darren and Dwayne, Adrian Barath, Lendl Simmons, Ravi Rampal, and Suleiman Ben. But West Indies captain Darren Samry preferred to see the 2 matches as a chance to give some valuable exposure to some talented players. West Indies have won 2 of the 3 2020 matches they've played in England at the Oval, but with so many leading players absent, no warm-up matches for them, and the lesser experienced players are likely to struggle in English conditions, Graham Swan's side have been installed as favourites to win both matches. Sammy acknowledged that the English were enjoying a highly successful summer during which they claimed the world #1 test side status, but they too are missing a number of key players through injury and are also taking the time to blood a few new faces. England's plans for the short series have been hampered by injury, with both the captain Stuart Broad and vice-captain Owen Morgan being ruled out, which means Graham Swan becomes the 5th leader of the season and the 6th for the year. Tomorrow's T20 will be live on MCTV Sports Match channel. Chargers women are the only unbeaten team left in the Co-Operators General Senior Volleyball Knockout. Last night at the Wildy Gym, Chargers swept aside the previously unbeaten Warrens Jaguars to stay perfect and assure themselves of the top seeding in the semi-finals. Meanwhile, in the men's draw, RBTT Deacons lost to Chargers to give up their perfect record. Warrens with a decent pass and back set, but Akila Phillips of Chargers rotated from center to block the spike. That's 25-16 to them in the first game. Chargers took the second set at 17, and here in the third, Lisa Clark has dug the first time, but she wasn't denied the second time. It's now 24-16. Match point. Warrens made a mess of the serve from Sharon Bovell. She's with the pass on the free ball, and Clark again with the spike. 25-17, and the game 3-0. St. Free Insurance Brokers Deacons in yellow against Rockets. Fabia Graves through the middle with the spike, which just couldn't be handled by the backcourt. 25-13 to them in the first. Rockets even it up by going to Shari Matthews, who goes down the line. 26-24, it's 1-1. Rockets then take the lead. Katrina Wickham with the power from the outside, and she catches Annette Chapman in a funny defensive position. Rockets taking that one, 25-13. They're now up 2-1. Chapman would redeem herself with some steam of her own. 25-20 is now 2-2. Well, you know this is a big game when an injured Anicia Wood was suit up for Rockets. This spike from her helped give Rockets the point. They're at now 14-11. But a service error, a positional fault, 2 setters errors, then an attacking error all by Rockets allowed Deacons 5 straight points, and the set 16-14 and the match 3-2. Chargers in the red sought it to Deacons in the main men's game. The setter Elaine London faking out the Deacons defense to give Rommel Agard a clear shot. 25-18 the first set. The second set rocked back and forth to 30-all. Elwyn Oxley beating London in the backcourt, but Chargers would prevail. The Jamaican Mark Lewis pounding this one into the court. Chargers winning 32-30, and they go up 2-0. The third set was nothing like the second. Chargers closing this one out at 13. Lewis going over Oxley and Andy Jordan for the 3-0 sweep. And in the final game, Progressive in the white shorts, they swept BNB Juniors at 18, 12, and 6. In basketball, the daily lead changing continues in the BABA Men's Premier League as At2 Popcorn Clapham Bulls jumped to the top of the standings with a win over Pinelands 67-66 last night at the YMCA. Hallie Franklin top scored with 17 points, and he also grabbed 10 rebounds, while Jeremy Gill added 15 and Sean Paris 10 points and 10 boards. And for Pinelands, Ramon Simmons had 22 points, Kurt Elias had 12. The Bulls are tied with the Lakers on 28 points, with Jackson and Warriors tied in third place on 27. In the night's other game, Colombian Emeralds International Senators won 92-77 over Nichols Bacon Company Cougars. Alwyn Lovell had a season-high 41 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 steals. In football, coaches from a Major League Soccer club in the United States are coming to Barbados next month, scouting for talent. It will happen when the Houston Dynamo hosts a camp at Paradise Park October 17th to 21st. The Dynamo coaches will be guests of the Barbados Soccer Academy. CBC's Andy Thornhill reports.
According to Jack Boval, the director of Barbados Soccer Academy, the camp will be helpful to all Barbadian footballers.
These coaches will be scouting for players from Barbados, and it's our hope that we will be successful in providing opportunities to young Barbadians to play professional football in the USA.
Boval says his club has been able to get youngsters who are academic and who are successful. The difference now in that this open camp will help those who are not academic to qualify to maybe becoming a professional.
This camp is focusing on players who might be talented or who is talented that will be able to, by the grace of God, play professional football sometime soon.
Linda Lampkin says it's a pleasure to be joining the Barbados Soccer Academy in this venture, as she thinks it's a wonderful idea to help develop the youth of Barbados.
Coconut Court Beach Hotel is very pleased also to be a part of your initiative. We think that what you're doing for the local youth in Barbados is admirable, and certainly we want to be a part of that. We want to be able to assist you in helping our youth to get opportunities that maybe otherwise would not be available to them.
Barbados Football Academy, getting the right mix for the benefit of football in Barbados. Andy Thornhill, CBC Sports.